I kinda got tired of Battlefield 6, so I decided to go back and play everybody's favorite title in the franchise, Battlefield 2042.
I thought I had my actual gun out, but I didn't.
Oh.
Ladder has been found. Oh.
This is open paid beta. Yes, you are correct, bro.
Well. That was fun.
Okay, on a serious note, the issues that plagued the game when it was released back in 2021 have been completely fixed through various updates in the past 5 years. Comparing the launch version to something like Battlefield 6 would be like comparing an F-18 Super Hornet to the Wright Flyer. The game is in a much better state today than it was in 2021. Speaking of which, I remember my father picking up the game on Origin the day it came out, thinking he was going to play another good War Stories campaign. Only to find out it's multiplayer only and it was incredibly buggy, so he never touched the game again. Very tragic. The last time I played the game was in this older video on the channel with a friend of mine, so after playing a little bit of Battlefield 6 and finally taking a break from Counter-Strike, I decided to boot into the game and I began playing. The first thing I noticed was the menu. It's much more compact and streamlined and it looked much better than the menu in Battlefield 6 and other shooters that use this ugly Hulu interface. This might be a hot take, but I find the gun customization better because there aren't 5,000 attachments for every slot of the gun. It's also simpler and less complicated than the one in 6. The class system also made a return in the past update. Sort of. You can still choose a specialist tied to a class that has their own gadgets tied to their specific character. The weapons are also universal, which I guess is a bad thing. I don't know if it's good or bad, but in Battlefield 6, the weapons are pretty much universal as well. You could be the assault class and have a sniper rifle like you would in 2042. Another thing I noticed is the amount of lag I got while navigating the menus. The loading times were atrocious, and it made navigating the menu incredibly frustrating. I also noticed it took way too long to get into a match. I ended up finding a game on exposure, and when I spawned, the game was incredibly laggy and unplayable. I ended up quitting the match barely past a minute because I couldn't deal with it. That is unacceptable. I ended up having to change my server region to North America because for some reason it was connecting to servers in Eastern Asia. I also deleted the game's cache and changed the launch defaults where I can allow the game to use all of my cores. Booting back into the game, I no longer felt any lag. Jumping into my first game, well, second game I guess, the first thing I noticed is the tactical sprint. Unlike Call of Duty, where it only lasts 3 seconds before you get a cooldown, in this game it lasts forever with no disadvantage. The point of a double run is to give you a temporary boost of speed while penalizing the aiming speed of your gun. Without the cooldown and aim penalty, it takes away the balance. For example, why do a regular sprint when you could just do the faster one? I kinda understand it, since the maps are big in this game, you gotta get to your objective faster, but you can always get a vehicle. Another thing I noticed is the attachment customization while in the game. You can swap attachments on your gun while on the fly. I remember using this a lot when this game was in its heyday. I ended up sniping a few people until I saw a tank approaching, so I hid. But when I was looking out, I saw the tank floating in the sky. So I looked out even further, it was floating in the sky! And the game kicked me out. Not a good start. I queued into a new match and I played on a desert map that's also large. Perfect for sniping. I actually had fun in this game. I got some objectives, aided my wounded teammates, my allies were pushing the other objectives, so I helped out a bit by giving team info of the enemy, and we ended up winning the match. Awesome. So, right off the bat, is this game terrible? No. Is it better than Battlefield 6? No. Is it better than Battlefield 1, 4, and 3? Absolutely not. I still think it's the worst Battlefield, but it's in a much better state than it was when it launched. The launch build was straight up unplayable due to the glitches and lack of features. If the current state of the game was the same as the launch, and there were good content additions, this would be looked back on with praise. I look at Battlefield 2042 as the cyberpunk of first-person shooters. Terrible launch, bad game. Big updates, good game. You can absolutely have fun on Battlefield 2042 because it is fun, but it's still nowhere close to being the best Battlefield. It has no campaign, the content updates were lackluster, and it was obvious they were copying things from a certain Call of Duty game. Still pretty good though.